So you were mentioning that your nickname is
Iron Diva.
the Iron.
Iron Diva.
How does one get that nickname?
I think I just made it up one day, Iron Diva, a girl that likes to work out, a diva.
You have clients. You have a business.
Yes.
Can you tell me about what that consists of?
Mainly, I train girls, but I have trained men before. And basically, it's body sculpting. I do get girls ready for shows, for competitions. On a good day, I work with about 13 to 18 clients, depending. I do online training as well.
And when you say training, specifically what type of training?
With weights, cardio, diet involved too, because it's 85% of what you eat.
Of course.
So it's a little bit of both.
And how long have you been in the fitness game?
Oof, almost 20 years, I would say.
Wow, so all your life?
Yeah, half my life. I won't say how old I am though.
Half your
Then
life?
It'll give it away.
Yeah, I won't ask you that.
No.
So when did you first discover weights and in the training room and feeling the pump, like Arnold says?
Well, it's a funny story because when I was little, I used to watch American Gladiator, and I would see the girls, and I would be like, wow, like they look so awesome. Their muscle, like when I grow up, I want to be like that. So that was kind of one of the things that piqued my interest.
What about because I also know that wrestling was popular. Was that ever in your vicinity?
No, mainly
Like
just
The Rock and all those?
No, just mainly the American Gladiator, and when I would go grocery shopping, there would be all those magazine racks. So I would pick them up, and it was Muscle RX, Muscle Hers, Oxygen magazine at the time, because it was before social media.
Of course.
So I would do my grocery shopping and be like, oh wow, so cool. How do they do it? How they look like that? And that was one of my major peaks of, oh, I want to do this.
Yeah. So was it the photography that captured your attention, like the poses, or what was it?
Everything, I think. The bodies, the poses, how they looked in their clothes and their gym outfits, and it just really grabbed my attention.
So you were how old around this time?
Probably about 15, 16.
So as you were grocery shopping,
Yeah, I would pick them up.
You would pick them up, and you were just I want to be like this.
Yeah.
Wow. And then did you ever train in
Well, I
high
was in
school?
sports all my life too, and then I was a ballerina dancer from the age of 3 all the way till 17. I had a dance background and stage and all that, so I've always been super active.
Like a nice balance, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And did you ever feel or I guess the question is, when did you start noticing wow, I could really do this, this is something I want to pursue?
When I started seeing the changes in how the body works and the iron and what it can do and sculpt and really make your body different, and I was like, wow, it's a whole transformation.
So what was one of the things that you noticed from your body specifically that you're like, wow, this is working out?
The muscle, my legs growing, my biceps growing, losing the baby fat because I was still young, so that started going away, and I was like, wow, who is this person?
Yeah. And did you get noticed by your coaches or your teammates, or wow,
Well, I was
doing?
barely learning. I had barely gone. I started working out when I was 17, and I didn't know what I was doing. So I was kind of I would read the magazines and do my research, and I was 17, 18. I didn't know what I was doing.
Wow. And then did you pursue that immediately after high school?
No. Well, what happened was I was still working out and learning, what it was.
So every day?
Yeah, every day consistently. And then one day this lady comes up to me and she's like, hey, could you train me? Because I love your body and, I see the changes. And she's like, can you train me? And here I was, I didn't know the first thing about training. And I was like, yes, let me do it, yes.
Right away,
Right away, I was like, yes, I'll do it. So she was my very first client, and she's actually a really, really, really good, she's still a good friend of the family's all these years later.
So are you still training her?
I do here and there, yeah.
Oh,
She'll come and go after all these years, and I actually have a lot of clients that have been with me for 10 years off and on, you know.
And have you seen like the transformation in her?
Yes, yeah.
Oh wow. So she like made a change for
Yeah,
the
and she was
better.
my first client, so I put all my heart into that because
Yeah.
she was my first one. I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah. She got
And
all your attention.
all my attention, yes.
Oh wow. And how many clients do you have like right now, roughly? Like,
Right now I have about 12, 13.
oh wow.
And then plus online, I do online training as well. So
Really?
I stay busy throughout the
Wow. How do
day.
you do that online?
Online, you have check-ins, so they check in with you every week to see the changes. I change up the meals, the diet, the workouts, and either it's from their home and they'll send me pictures of what they have, and I create your whole workout. Or if you're working out at the gym, I'll go ahead and send your whole workout from whatever gym you go to. So it's different.
And so all these years, has it been mostly like word of mouth? Have your
My
clients?
clientele has just built and built, and oh, I train with her, and oh, I train with her too, and it's just all been word of mouth. And I've always had a very good clientele for all these years, which I'm very blessed to do what I love.
So are you local to the Rio Grande Valley? Have you always been here?
Yes, but with online training, I have clients also from everywhere,
Oh wow.
so I get to meet people everywhere.
How did you end up meeting Yvette from Backdoor
Yvette
Modeling
has
Agency?
actually, oof, we go way back. She's always been a family friend. And just recently we have gotten a lot closer, and she's been a big blessing in my life too.
Oh wow. What do you think of her place?
It's
Because
amazing.
she wasn't always here, right?
No, she's been in different places, but it's if you haven't been here, you need to, because it's like a museum.
Yeah. Tell me about your outfit.
Wow, yeah, she picked this out for me. It's always a different outfit.
Exclusive. So
Exclusive.
what's it like working with her in all these fashion shows? Because I met you at one of those fashion shows.
Yeah.
You were I believe it was her. Yeah, it was
I
the
remember.
women's fashion show.
Wasn't it the one, the Cinco de Mayo? Or no?
I I
Or
I think it was there where I said hi, but it wasn't until the one from the women's art
yeah, I
show that
think
I
you're right.
really
Yeah,
started
yeah, yeah. I
talking
think
to
you're
you.
right. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So what's it like doing that? Like what's the
It's always an adventure. It's amazing just to work with her. Her energy, her presence. It's just so big, and it's always a good time. I never say no to a fashion show.
yeah. And I feel like you're one of the leaders of her like circle,
Well,
right?
also too, like I feel that I'm very diverse. I'm not just like fitness, diet. I enjoy art. I love fashion. Fashion is like one of my biggest passions, and when we get together, it's amazing to just collaborate and put different outfits together, and that's one of my biggest passions as well.
Fashion.
Fashion,
I
yes.
love that. And can you tell me about implementing this healthy lifestyle? You have a daughter.
Yes.
Do you is it like very important for you to like implement this type of like thinking about like eating healthy?
Oh yeah, of course. And I mean, I was brought up that way too. I didn't have a burger till I was 12 years old.
Really?
I did not touch a burger. And
Wow.
the first burger I ever ate was Whataburger. And I was like, oh
Which
my
one?
God. I think it was like a cheeseburger. I don't know, with bacon, number 5. I don't
How did
know.
you do it? Oh my god.
Yeah, it was amazing. I was like, I'm eating a Whataburger. I was like literally 12 or 13 before I ever touched one.
Were
So,
you like gah, 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 gah?
yeah, I
real?
never stopped. And it's like still one of my favorite cheat meals, a good burger, for
Damn.
sure.
Yeah. So were your parents like what were your parents like? What's
No,
their
no, no,
background?
no, no. No, nothing like that. It was completely like, yeah. My dad was always like very active and in sports. My mom, no. It was just something me that I just had that passion
Since
to.
you were like really small,
Yeah,
like you were
I've
like
always
you
been
wanted to.
active. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, it was just came. It was on its own, I guess, and I just loved it. And it's still such a big, huge part of my life, obviously. And I think it will be till I'm 80. I'll be lifting that. I'll be that little old lady
Yeah.
at the gym
Yeah, I've seen some old
lifting.
ladies in the
Yeah, it's
gym.
gonna be me for sure.
Yeah, my sophomore teacher used to be a competitive weightlifter, and she would like show us pictures, and And it was crazy. She was like 60 something.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think age is just a number.
Yeah.
And if you've done it like all your life, muscle just has maturity. It's called muscle maturity, so it gets better and better and better with the years if you've been doing it for so long, you know. So it just gets better.
So what type of people look for you when they're like trying to seek for help?
It varies. It can be people that just want to lose weight. There can be skinny people who want to put on that muscle. So everybody comes with a different fitness goal. And, you know, I have done it all, you know, competition, weight loss, toning, body sculpting. So it's just whatever that one client wants.
What if you're trying to get rid of this?
I'm sure there's an exercise for that.
I hear you have to smile a lot.
Maybe. I don't know.
What tips would you give me?
I don't know.
No, I'm just kidding. I need to eat better.
For sure. Just
Healthier.
diet.
Yeah.
Stay consistent. Consistency.
Yes.
Just don't do it a day and then it's like, it didn't go away. I'm going to stop.
No, yeah. That's something I'm struggling with where it's like I eat healthy for a couple days and then I eat a Whataburger and then healthy a couple days.
No, and that's a lot of people. And I like to see it as when you bake a cake. You got to put all the right ingredients or it's going to be not a good cake. It's not going to rise. So that's how it is with fitness. You have to be consistent. You have to have all the right ingredients, do it, eat right, be consistency, and just do it right. And you're gonna have a beautiful cake.
What's your favorite part about helping clients?
My favorite part is that I see them come in and, you know, sometimes they're quiet or sometimes they're just nothing compared to fast forward like a few weeks in and you just see this person blossom. You see this person just change and full of confidence, and that is like my biggest reward, to see that person just blossom.
Love it. So in total, how many people do you think you've helped in your lifetime?
Oh, I don't even know. That's a
More than
that's
100?
a good question.
More than 100?
Probably.
Yeah?
That is a really good question.
Less than 300? More than 100?
More than 100. I don't know. Probably less than 300, but more than 100 for sure.
Wow.
That's a good question. I'll have to like jot all that down and count them.
You should have like an online community, like a Facebook group.
Right.
So if anybody's like seeking for inspiration or whatever, they go in that group.
Yeah.
I know I've bought in a couple of courses online and they always have that like support group.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, it's true.
And I wanted to ask you, you've competed on stage where they do the what is it called, the bronzing?
The tan.
Yeah. And how did that come about? Like, how did that start?
That was also from reading the magazines, because at the time, competing, my first show was in 2011. So at that time, it was nothing compared to, like, now everybody competes. But it was so rare back then. So it was something that I would see in my magazines, and at the time, there were very, very few people doing it. So it was something that I wanted to see to what level I could get my body, because I had already lost my baby fat, my legs were growing, my muscle was coming in, but I wanted more. So I was like, okay, this is a whole different ballgame. Like, I want to try this. Mm-hmm. And I did a few shows, and I figured, no, you know what? I think if anybody has that interest, everybody should do it once. Mm-hmm. But it's not for everyone. But if you do have that interest, you should do it once. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't, maybe I'm not saying it's not for me. Maybe I'll do it one day when I'm 40, which is not too far away from now. But as of now, I'm happier, on the backstage part of it, getting them ready and seeing them get on stage. For me, at the moment, I don't think I would do it.
And how was the interactions? Did you like make friends with the competitors?
Yes.
How were they? How did they treat you?
It's amazing. It's a whole little community. You see your bodybuilders. It's just a whole different world. It's a whole different breed. And I still have friendships with some of the people that I met in 2011. And some of the people still compete. Some of them have gone to become pros. And it's amazing to see that, because some of them started when I did and now they're pros. Mm-hmm. So the community it's grown. but it's a whole different breed, and it's amazing to see them.
What gym do you normally get
I'm at
people
Iron
find you?
House, Iron House Gym in
Iron House.
Westaco, and it's probably one of the last gyms that we have that's hardcore. You know, we're there. A lot of people have gotten ready for shows there. The owner is Lupe Avendaño, and he gets people ready for shows as well. So we've had a lot of people come out of there who compete. So we're a hardcore gym, like
Yeah.
we like to say.
I believe it was like back in 2017. I came to Westlaco for a little documentary shoot. We came to Westlaco to a gym, and it was like a UFC like gym. I don't know. Is that on the same street?
Oh yeah, no, I think that one closed.
Is it closed?
Yeah, that one closed.
Yeah, they were covered. The whole gym was covered in the mat, and
I believe that's for like Planet Fitnesses now.
is it? Oh, well.
Yeah, not my gym. No.
I thought it was super interesting how, I've never seen that only on like TV, like UFC and that type of stuff. So is it comparable to like Gold's Gym?
No, not at all.
Or is it
Because
smaller?
Gold's is like a chain all over, and ours is a local owned, so it's nothing like your commercial type of gym at all. We sweat and
Yeah.
we work. We're there to work, not to look pretty.
Not to take selfies.
No, I mean afterwards. Afterwards.
If someone were to want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to go to the gym? Do you feel like if someone wants to work out with you or you train them, do you feel like they need to prove it to you by coming to the gym and working out there first, or?
I can usually tell like what I don't just throw you in there. So if you're a
With the
beginner.
sharks?
No. I'm nice. The first day only. No. I see what level you're at. I don't throw you in there, and we go from there and start you. If you're a beginner, of course you're gonna start at the beginning. And I always ask, would you consider yourself beginner, middle, intermediate, or advanced? So they'll be like, well, and so we'll see. And I know who is and who we need to kind of start from the bottom up.
Have you ever got
And then I see them, and
Yeah.
the beauty of it too is that some of my beginners will come,
Yeah.
and there's things that they can't do, and then within 3 weeks it's like, oh, give me more weight.
Damn.
So that's pretty awesome to see too.
What's your favorite meal to prepare?
My favorite, as in a cheat or a healthy meal.
Let's do both.
Usually I'm pretty basic. It's either chicken, lean beef on a daily basis. Chicken, beef, avocado, jasmine rice. I'm pretty basic. It's easy.
That's delicious.
That's mainly like what I have every day. On a cheat meal, I can cook a mean shrimp fettuccine with homemade Alfredo sauce. That's probably like my favorite. It's a little heavy, so I don't do it often.
Wow.
But that's probably one of my favorite ones.
What are some myths that you would like to kind of like
Myths of
about like fitness?
There's no secret pill.
No.
There's no, people also say like, oh, it's genetics, oh, you're like that because it's genetics. But no, I think anybody can achieve anything they want with hard work, consistency. You'll get there. Just, you have to stick to it. So I think that the genetics part that's a myth. The whole, there's a magic pill, there's not. I mean, it's basic.
Yeah.
It's just consistency and hard work.
What about when it gets colder around like December, January, February? Does it get difficult because of all the tamales and conchas and coffee?
No, I mean, as far as like for me personally, I always see it as I know what a tamal tastes like. I know what a piece of cake or whatever, I know what it tastes like. So I'm not going to ruin, anything just for that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yes, I'll have my special cheat meals, but as far as going crazy with it and, oh, it's the holidays, I'm going to just eat whatever, no.
No? So do you have one cheat meal per week?
Yeah, about once a week, depending.
Wow.
Sometimes I'll go a while without them, but it just depends.
What would you say to the people that are like trying to get a summer body like a month before like summer. Is that healthy?
No, that's not gonna happen. No.
Well,
Definitely go in. There's a saying that says you get your summer body in the winter.
ooh,
So that way, by the time spring and summer comes, you've been working on it in the winter.
yeah.
So I always say that, and I always say during the holidays is the time to be stricter, because if you just have that little slip up, that's the time where you really have to stay on it, because
Yeah.
typically a normal person will gain 5 pounds
Yeah.
with all the holiday eating. So
Yeah, because it starts in Thanksgiving, and then they're like, oh, Christmas, all the
Christmas, and
parties,
oh, I'll just do it in New
and
Year's,
then New Year's of
the
the
resolution.
yeah, and then the chocolates from February. So it's
And then it's Easter, and then it's so it's different. I mean, you'll always have an excuse to
yeah,
to
that's true.
cheat. So
And then Whataburger and all these fast food restaurants are all,
are so easy.
they're all here.
They're all at our disposal. And yes, we work and we're tired and we come home. We're like, oh, let's pick up a pizza.
Yeah.
Which I'm guilty of sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm human too.
You are?
I think. Well, I mean, I think I am. And I think that's a big myth too. Like, just because you're a trainer, oh, she probably never eats bad, or she probably, no, I'm human too. I have my cravings too. And sometimes I want to have a slice of pizza. I want, and I do think it's good to give in at that moment and not, be so strict on yourself, because then when you're going to want to eat more. So if you have that, indulge a little bit.
Yeah.
Every so often. Have your portions as well. Don't go crazy.
Yeah. Are you guilty of getting hangry?
I don't know. It depends who you ask. I don't think so, but I don't think I get mad. I just, when I'm hungry, I want to eat, and I want to eat now. I'm not gonna like.
Quiet.
I'm not gonna like yell and scream, but yeah, I'll just a tiny bit hangry.
And so here in the Iron House, that's the name of the
Yes.
of the gym, right?
Iron House Gym.
So, do you want to say, like, how much your plans are, or like how
They
much
vary.
They vary.
They vary, yeah.
Depending on.
I usually do 6-week plans. Some people like the 4-week plans. It's I do 4 days out of the week for an hour, and of course I'll give you your meal plan according to your fitness goal as well.
Wow.
So
do you have like a website and everything?
no, I just have my social medias, and if anybody is interested in they know where to find me. They know how to reach me, and
You're always posting
selfies.
videos and
Gotta do my selfies
pictures
here and there after the workout.
Of course. One thing that I've always been curious about is it, because we're in the valley, right? And the valley is very like carne asadas every weekend. And we also happen to be, unfortunately, the most diabetic.
Oh, and obese too. Diabetic and obese, yes.
Low. So how is it being in this type of situation? Do you feel like sometimes it's harder being here? But you've been here all your life, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Has that ever...
I think it just depends on the person and the mindset. If you're content looking the way you're looking and feeling the way you're feeling, then okay, more power to you. But if you really want that change and you really want to see the changes, then obviously you're going to have to make the changes.
And what would you say would be like the benefit of adopting a healthier lifestyle?
Oh, everything. You feel better. You look better.
You perform better.
You perform better. You can be more active. If you have kids, like I have a daughter, and I want to be able to play and run and all that with her. And if I wasn't in shape, then I wouldn't be able to do that. So, of course, if you have kids and stuff, you want to be healthy for them. You want to live longer. You want to feel better, look better. It's a win-win always, 100%.
And does your daughter also like lift weights and do that type of stuff?
No, she's only 6, but she has gone to the gym with me, and she's like, Mom, when I grow up, I want to do this, and can I work out with you? And she's super active. She's going to get in gymnastics this year and ballet, so she's following in my footsteps, which I love. Awesome. I love to see that.
And do you have a large family?
No, I'm actually an only child.
Really? Wow. Do you feel like if you had brothers or sisters, they would also be into the fitness life?
I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
Sometimes, your circle is the way that you influence.
Yeah.
And you also influence other people.
I mean, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'll never know.
Because I know there's families that there's like generations of like football families, weightlifters,
Yeah.
boxing, like
I mean,
all types of
I hope
stuff.
that like with my daughter and I, like we'll kind of take that on, and since she sees me, that she'll also be super active and want a healthy lifestyle, and I hope that for her, and I think she will. I think she will.
Are you most busy in the summer or like right now during the beginning of the fall?
It varies because you do have your like peak season and then kind of like your low season. It's like your feast or famine. For the most part, I keep a steady clientele, but there in the summer it is a little bit busier. Like the summer through, it goes all the way to the holidays. Like it'll be like let's say June all the way till December, and January for me.
No?
Actually no, because I think everybody's broke like from Christmas and all that.
Really?
So it doesn't pick up again. Like January is like probably the worst month for me. A lot of people would think
I'm
like,
surprised.
oh no. Probably doesn't pick up for me till maybe March.
Wow.
March, April, and on.
I wonder why.
I don't know. I'm thinking that they're kind of like broke from.
But everybody always gets a gym membership.
They get the membership, but they don't have to hire the trainers till later.
Well, maybe you should be like, hey, don't do that. Just come to me.
Yeah.
Or you should have like some sort of special or something.
I do sometimes.
But maybe you like that schedule. Where
No,
it's
yeah, and the best thing about being your own boss, which I love, and I'm so fortunate that I can call my schedule, my hours, because I do want to be able to be. I work around my daughter's schedule, so that's the beauty of it, that I can call my own schedule. And
What's your favorite thing to do whenever you're like, you have no clients, like you have free time? Like obviously work out, but like when you're not working out, like what's one of your favorite things to like do to relax? Because I feel like you also need to relax after
for
you
sure.
work out, relax those muscles.
You
let
have to,
them
and
grow.
if any, like you have to have your rest days, because you can't just go every day. You have to have a rest day. And if there's a day, like I do with myself, there's a day where I'm not feeling too well or I'm a little under the weather, and my body's telling me, I don't always listen, but I've been trying my best. Yeah, I won't go in. If it's like, if I feel that I'm just gonna do the motions of a workout, I'm like, no, I'm gonna rest.
Yeah.
And I'll come back stronger tomorrow, or maybe I need 2 days of rest. So I've learned, I'm learning, maybe I haven't learned, but I'm learning to slow down a little bit, listen to my body. If it needs rest, it needs rest. If it needs a nap, it needs a nap.
Of course, yeah, it's important because sometimes, you might get sick or something.
Yeah.
Right. What's something that you're trying to achieve with your business? Because you say that you have a very steady clientele. Like, do you have a certain goal that you're trying to achieve?
I do have I try to stay at a certain amount of clients, something that I can handle too. I don't want, oh my God, too many, because I want to be able to still be able to focus on each and every one of them. So I try to keep it at a level that I can handle.
Give, like, when you go to school, if you have too many students.
Yeah, if the classroom's too full, then no, I don't like that.
Like to give attention to
each and every one of them. And form, look at their form. Form is a huge thing, because you see people that, are doing a workout and their form is off. And of course, if your form is off, you can get hurt. So form is a huge thing. Even if you're working with 5 pounds, you want that 5 pounds, the form to be good. So form is a huge thing that you have to pay attention to.
What do you feel about gym etiquette?
It's changed a lot. I feel from 10 years ago to now with social media, a lot of people take their tripods and social, like they're influencers, gym influencers. So I definitely feel that there really isn't any more gym etiquette. Like, they'll sit there for hours with their phone or... Yeah, so I feel that part has really changed a lot. There's no gym etiquette anymore.
Even there?
I mean, just in general, I think, everybody's a gym influencer, gym model, like, So I think for sure that we've kind of lost that.
That little respect for putting the weights back.
I feel that also, like, if you say, hey, how many sets do you have? I feel that you should always say, well, I have 2 more, but do you want to jump in? And not just say, like, 5 more. I feel that you should kind of say, oh, well, jump in with me, or, and I don't see that a lot
like
anymore.
rotate.
Yeah, I don't see that a lot anymore.
I think that's helpful because you get to rest a little bit more.
Yeah.
And you can also be the partner to,
Yeah.
if they're struggling
If
or
they're
whatever.
struggling, yeah.
And have you ever thought about opening up your own gym?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe my own little studio eventually.
Here in Westlaco?
Yes.
What would you call it? Exclusive.
Iron Diva Studio. I don't know.
Iron Diva.
I have ideas for sure, and like I see this in my future for as long as I can. And like I said, it's truly a blessing to be able to wake up every day and do something that you love. And you form all these relationships with the clients. They become your friends. You see them every day, so they're your clients / friends. And that's the beauty of it, that you just form all these relationships. You do what you love. It's I feel that I'm very fortunate and blessed to still be around after all these years, still be successful, and be here. I think I'm.
And congrats on your self-employment, because I think that's rare down here in the valley. I mean, you having a steady clientele, you being able to work your own hours, being able to schedule whatever you want. I think that's a huge accomplishment. So congrats.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Felicidades.
Thank you.
Do you also know Spanish?
Sí, un poquito. I'm gonna sound like Selena here. I'm just kidding.
Are you ever confronted with someone who just speaks Spanish?
Yes.
And what's that like?
I mean, I try my best. I mean, obviously, I'm fluent in both. I feel that there's sometimes I get a little stuck, and I'll just be like, but for the most part, it works. It works.
Perfect. Is there anything you would like to give tips as far as what maybe someone could do at home, or something to eat, or any type of tips?
I mean, definitely, if it's something you're interested in, start it slowly. I mean, I don't suggest doing everything cold turkey, because everything takes time. And I would say, if you're interested in it, do it slowly. Start, there's so many things you can do at home. You can use a water bottle as a weight. You can use a broom as do lunges with a broomstick, across the hall. There's so many things you can do. You don't maybe sometimes always need to go to the gym, or maybe you don't want to go to the gym yet, and you want to start at home until you feel comfortable going to a gym.
Yeah.
So you can, there's rubber bands that you can buy, so there's a lot of things you can do at home.
Do you offer free trials?
Yeah, I do, actually.
For a 1 day?
For a 1 day trial. The gym, you have to pay a daily membership if you want to go. But as far as for me, you want to come and work out with me and do a booty class or whatever, I always say, come try it. Try it 1 day and see if you like it, for sure.
What is a booty class?
Well, it just
consist of?
Different workouts. I have so many. That's one of my favorite body parts to work, glutes and hamstrings.
Wow.
So.
Is there anything that you think people should know about you that I haven't asked?
I don't know. I think I'm pretty much open book.
Is there, when people are choosing what trainer to go to, why should they go with you?
I mean, for one, you're gonna work out hard. I'm gonna push you, but you're also gonna enjoy it.
Some people need that.
Yeah, because you don't want to go and you want to look forward to going to see your trainer, not but also be sore the next day. So I think I provide both. You're gonna enjoy it, and you're gonna see results for sure.
You're very persuasive.
I mean, I think
Nice. So that's good, because some people I feel like some people need that person to be on top of them, no, drop that donut. Don't.
And you don't want to they're not ever going to come back either. So you have to do it with a certain type of way,
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Is there any type of way where people can get in contact with you? Is it solely through Instagram?
You can do Instagram, Facebook, or you can set up a meeting with me at Iron House Gym here in Westlaco.
Nice. Is there anything that I haven't asked that you would like to share?
Also, I would really like to put out there that it has helped a lot with personal things. The gym has always been there for me. I've been through a lot of things in my life, and it's always been like therapy. And I say that to anyone. If you're having a hard time in your life, the gym will always be there for you, and it'll always pull you out of depressions or sadness, or it's like therapy. It's iron therapy
Out
for
of
sure.
that funk.
Yes.
And the last question I want to ask you was, since we are here in the RGV, what does the term Puro 956 mean to you?
To me, it can mean a lot of different things. I don't know.
Because I've asked most of my guests, and it's interesting to hear how many different.
That's what I'm saying. It could have a lot of, like, you know how we have the K 956. I mean, we can get a bad rap.
Yeah, I've
We
had
can,
people.
you know, we can have like, oh, we're from the valley, like, ooh, it's ghetto. Like, I think it can mean a lot of things. But at the end of the day, I think, and I've even talked to people here in the art industry and stuff, that there's so much talent here.
Yeah.
There's so much talent in everything. We just kind of have a bad rap. And I think that that's a big misconception of 956. I think that 956 could be a very positive thing.
Yeah.
If we didn't make it.
Some people think it's positive. Other people think it's not so positive. Other people are like,
And I think it just depends. I think
Yeah.
it depends, but I think there's a lot of talent here.
Yeah.
It's a lot of goodness here. It's a lot of, I'm here, hello.
Well, thank you so much for making the time.
Thank
For coming
you.
to Cuadros Corner.
Cuadros Corner.